All right, yo. Looks like we are live. We are live today. Welcome to my channel. I am Boss Attorney Bri. For those of you who do not know me, I am a California licensed attorney. On my channel, we talk about celebrity lawsuits, trademark lawsuits, copyright lawsuits, and anything that basically has to do with the law and that is out there in the public. And today, as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about Kanye West today and the custody battle that he is potentially starting with Kim Kardashian. I see that I already have a few chats already, and it seems to have upset someone with my thumbnail and my title today. But we're going to talk about those comments that were left in the chat. If you are watching this live, please go ahead and comment where you're watching from. And if you found me through someone else, I've been doing a lot of collaborations this week. So I definitely like to know where my subscribers are coming from or where my viewers are watching from. If you're watching this on the replay, again, comment below where you're watching from and how you found my channel. So the main thing that we are going to be discussing today is the laws and not our feelings on this live stream. And we're going to be talking about all the things that Kanye West has going on and how it could be used against him in a potential custody battle. And let me first start off by saying I do practice divorce law, I practice custody, domestic violence, child support, and all of those things. So my opinion is coming based solely off of the law and what a judge in California, since I am California licensed, and this case is actually taking place in California, what I think a California divorce attorney, or not divorce attorney, a family law judge would decide in this case. So we're going to actually take a look at the laws and how the judge determines who should have custody and who shouldn't have custody, and how domestic violence may apply in this case. Now, to be clear, there has not been a restraining order filed against Kanye West in this case. However, I do think that if he keeps up with everything that he is doing, he is walking himself on a thin line and potentially can lead to Kim Kardashian going ahead and filing a restraining order against him. And so we're going to get into all of that, talk about all of that. But first, let me hop onto these chats, check out what everyone's saying. And like I said, someone left some comments before I even started streaming and gave me a thumbs down. So let's see the problem that he had with my, or who this person had with my title and my thumbnail. So we have Mastermind saying, not to mention, I think I'm missing the first chat that he left. But let's just start off with this. He says, not to mention, he's a Black father who's making a strong attempt to be in his children's lives, and look at what you're doing. So I am apparently making a bad live stream for talking about what Kanye West is doing. I got thumbs down and a poop emoji. I don't know what that animal is. It a goat? I don't know what the animal is, but I am doing something bad today. The mastermind also says, regardless of his antics, he wants to be an active Black father. Clearly, I agree with that, and we should fight for and support that at all times. And like I said, we're going to be talking about why a judge will likely not grant him custody. My opinion is based solely on what he has been doing in the streets, on the internet, wherever he has been putting his feelings out to, and how it could affect him in that. I do think that fathers should have an opportunity, or both parents honestly should have an opportunity to raise their children, and California law does agree with that as well. However, just because you want to be in your children's life does not mean that you get custody of your kids. You might end up with visitation unless you get the help or start practicing the things that you need to do. Maybe take some anger management classes or something of that nature to help show that you're growing as an individual, because posting these things online is not going to look good for him in court. We're not talking about our feelings, guys. We are talking about the law in this case. I have them, my peoples. Good day, Bree, St. Louis, Missouri. I think I'm right with with the state abbreviation, but welcome them, my people. Thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to see you watching today. We have iSub after seeing you on TLA. Yes, okay, welcome over from TLA. His supporters have been very supportive of my channel, so I definitely appreciate you coming over today. We have Alpha Berry coming from California, who is my boyfriend. So thank you for watching me live stream. I know you're probably busy, but thank you. And then we have Hi Bri via Natalie Starbell. Okay, welcome over from Natalie's channel. I did a stream with her yesterday, so I'm very happy to see you here live today. If you guys have been keeping up with the Kanye West and Kim Kardashian divorce, please go ahead and feel free to comment in the chat what you think and what you think the custody is going to be like in this case. Of course, we're going to talk about it all today on this live, but just let me know what are your initial thoughts on the case. Before we do get started, I do want to make very clear that I am not in any way a supporter of Kim Kardashian or the Kardashian clans or the Kardashian Jenners, whatever you want to call them. I do not support them. I do not keep up with them. I am not a fan. However, the reason why I am saying that Kim Kardashian should probably have the custody in this case is based off of the persona that she is putting onto the media, or that she is putting out to the public, the way that she is acting as a mother in this case, and how a court will likely rule in accordance with California law. If you guys are watching on the live stream or watching on the replays, please make sure to hit the like button on the stream. I already got a dislike today based off of the topic, so it will help me out a lot if you guys go ahead and like the video. All right, so now that that's out of the way, not a Kim fan, let's talk about what Kanye West has been doing in order to get all this uproar going about this divorce case. If you have been keeping up with the case, this case was filed, or not this case, but this divorce was filed by Kim Kardashian back in February of 2021. She filed for divorce. I made this stream topic based off of some of the things that Kanye West had said in that video that he recorded complaining about Northwest being on TikTok and singing about kissing an emo girl, and him saying that he should have 50-50 custody like they agreed on. However, when I went to do the research for this video, I found an article also stating that Kanye West is potentially going to be asking for full custody of the children and potentially asking for child support from Kim Kardashian. Now, this is allegedly, it came from a source. It did not come from Kanye West's mouth. However, they did say they are a close source to both Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. And some of you may be thinking, well, he can't get child support. They're both billionaires. Or millionaires. I don't know how much money they make, but they have more money than I do for sure. He can't get child support. They have a prenup. That is not how it works. You cannot negotiate child support in your prenup. A child is entitled to be financially supported by each parent, even if they get a divorce or they're not together. So it is a potential that Kanye West can get child support. He just has to prove that he is entitled to it because he cannot afford to keep the children at the same lifestyle they would have had if while they're at Kim Kardashian. He would basically have to allege that he makes less money than Kim Kardashian, which that would be interesting to see. And I have also checked the docket, and it doesn't look like any documents have been filed or any hearings have been filed to go ahead and negotiate custody. However, Kanye West, being upset with everything that is going on, is saying that he would like a solid parenting agreement, because the court usually will not award any custody or anything like that until the parties have mediated and tried to come to an agreement. And if they're unable to come to an agreement, the judge will do what's in the best interest of the child, which we will get into in a moment when we look at the law. We have Them's My People saying done, like the video. Thank you for that. And we have Them's My People saying emo girl. Yeah, that was an interesting thing. I feel like it might have been a little bit of an overreaction. She's a little girl. I know a song came out, Katy Perry, I Kissed the Girl, when I was in middle school, but it didn't lead me to kissing a girl, if that makes sense. I never kissed a girl. So just because your kid is singing the song doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do what is described in the song. So I'm not a parent, so I don't know how it would affect me if my kid was doing that. But from my personal experiences, songs do not lead me to copy the song, and probably with a lot of other kids as well, especially with all the songs about shooting and killing. A lot of us are not out there shooting and killing. So that's a whole different topic for a whole nother stream. So let's talk about Kanye West. Kanye West has been going ham on Instagram. He is posting, basically subtweeting Kim Kardashian, confronting her about not letting him see their kids. There was an issue where Chicago, one of the daughters, had a birthday party, and he said that he was not invited to the birthday party, but eventually showed up at the birthday party after someone gave him the address. However, Kim, on the other hand, says Kanye West is the one that asked for there to be separate birthday parties, and that he was going to have his own party later on in the day. And he did end up being able to come to the birthday party. There was also an instance where Kanye West, trying to get Kim Kardashian back, sent her a truckload of flowers to, I guess, try to get her back, show her that he loved her. What else happened there? And then we have those TikTok instances. He's upset that Northwest is on TikTok without his permission. However, it might not be such a good argument for them because they are a celebrity couple and they have had their child in runway shows, on Instagram posts, on TikToks prior to the divorce. So it's going to be hard to prove that he does not agree with her being on social media, not just TikTok in general, but social media, because she has already been on social media. She was on blogs. I don't think it's a good argument for him to be making. So that is the basis of what we're going to be talking about, everything that he's been putting on Instagram. He did get banned from Instagram for, I think, 24 hours or something like that for what they called harassing posts, which included 6 of the 11 posts on his page being about Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. Now, Instagram has found that harassing, but would a court also find it harassing? And so I'm just going to pop up some of the comments right before we go ahead and hop into how California decides custody. And then we will get into the potential risk Kanye West is running for a potential restraining order for domestic violence. And we'll get into how domestic violence is defined in California. And let me just tell you right now, it does not have to be physical abuse. So we'll get all into those statutes in just a moment, okay? We have them's my peoples. He should go for full custody. He is going to attempt to go to full custody. Not saying that he won't get it, but the things that he is doing is probably leading him down the path to where he will not get it. And we're going to go over how custody works in California as well. So stay tuned for all of that. Then he will get joint custody 3.5 days a week. And in this situation, it's a little harder for Kim to argue that 50-50 custody is not appropriate in this case due to the fact that Kanye West bought a house across the street from her. Usually when judges do not award 50-50 custody is because the exchanges of the children are just too complicated. They're switching locations. They're going to schools from different locations. Maybe they have a project at mom's house that they started. Now they have to carry it over to dad's house and all of those things. However, Kanye West put himself into a position to give him the best chance at getting 50-50 custody because all the kids have to do is walk across the street in order to have their time with dad. So let's go ahead and pop over to what is child custody for California. And I did not highlight this before the stream, so hopefully it's not too much a little back and forth or me being confused, okay? So this is just from the California court website. And if you were filing your custody on your own or trying to do your divorce on your own, it's kind of explaining what custody is. So it should be in lay terms and easily understandable by all of us peoples. Okay. Help you understand. Child custody refers to the rights and responsibilities between parents for taking care of their children. And then they're saying, like, in your case, you would have to prove certain things. So let me just highlight that so we can come back to it, just in case we need to come back to it later. Oops, that is not a cute highlight. Let me know if you guys have any questions while we're going through this. We're just going to kind of be, oh, this one doesn't do like my other documents do because it's a made up PDF. Okay, so the line's not straight, but that's okay. In California, either parent can have custody of the children or the parents can share custody. The judge makes the final decision about custody and visitation, but usually will approve the arrangement that's in a parenting plan that both parents agree on. If the parents cannot agree, which it looks like they may not be able to agree, the judge will make a decision at a court hearing. The judge will usually not make a decision about custody and visitation until after the parents have met with a mediator. And so that's really important to consider in this situation, because when they filed the divorce, they both were adamant that they wanted joint custody. However, now that it's been a year since the divorce has been filed and Kanye West has had 2 new girlfriends, and Kim Kardashian has had a new boyfriend that has been constant and that's apparently bugging the mess out of Kanye West. They do not seem to be on the same page, and it's being said that Kim Kardashian actually wants sole custody, and it's also being said that Kim Kardashian, and it's also being said that Kanye West wants sole full custody. So they're no longer in agreement. Kanye West has allegedly changed his attorney 4 times in this divorce process. So getting into a mediation may be a little difficult for them. That'll be interesting if they can come to an agreement. But if they're both looking at sole custody, and I think Kim has a reason to want sole custody because the way that Kanye West is acting out, it should give her a reason and a little bit more leverage to tell the judge of why she does not think that he should have sole custody. On the other hand, Kanye West is saying that Kim Kardashian should not have sole custody because she has nannies and she doesn't spend a lot of time with the kids. Will that necessarily mean that she will not get full custody? Not necessarily, as long as she's there and the kids are being taken care of. It's possible. Famous kids have nannies all the time. Is Kanye West saying that there won't be nannies at his house? I would like to see him take care of 4 kids without nanny while being a rapper and a Grammy Award winning and a celebrity that he is. I would like to see him do it without nannies. I don't really think that's possible. So he would have to show how much time they're actually spending with the nannies, and basically that Kim Kardashian is basically neglecting the children, right? So the judge will make the ultimate determination of what custody the parents will have if they cannot come to an agreement. And now we are dealing with celebrities, and we have the court of public opinion. As you see, someone was mad at me in the beginning of the stream for making my thumbnail and my title. And there's going to be people in support of Kim Kardashian and also people in support of Kanye West. So let me just pop on over to the comment section to see what people have to say. We have them, my people. Thank you for the interaction. I definitely appreciate all of your chats. Good info. Thank you. I hope it is being informative to you. And the Practical Life says, will the court take mental health into consideration? Yes, they will. And we are going to get into that a little later on in the stream, and how his potential mental health could be a basis for a restraining order at this point if he does not stop. So yeah, we will talk about mental health and how that could affect his ability to be the sole caretaker of the kids, and also his ability to have unsupervised visitation to the kids, because that is another option. Just because I'm saying that Kanye West should not have custody of the children does not mean that he would not be able to see the kids. He could have unsupervised visits with them. He could have joint custody, but the kids only go to him 3 to 4 times, or 2 to 3 times a week, and let them be with Kim for 4 days a week. And I kind of have an issue with custody as it is, just because as kids get older, they don't want to go to each of their parents' house. They have friends' house to go to. They have a whole bunch of other stuff to do. So I think that when you have kids with people, you should be very careful of who you're selecting to be your partner, because when custody, or if a split happens and custody becomes an issue, it can be very, very difficult for you to decide where the kids are going to stay. And the kids might be resentful and not want to stay with one of the parents, even though they feel like they might be the better parent. So yes, mental health can play a role in the custody situation, especially if the mental health is harming the kids or harming the other parent. Okay, so let's pop back over to the explanation. Let's talk about the different types of custody that we have. Pretty sure it's similar in each state, but this is for California, of course, because this is a California case and I am a California attorney. So let's look at the California rules. All right. So there are two types of child custody. There is legal custody, which means who makes the important decisions for your children, like healthcare, education, and welfare. And there is also physical custody, which means your children live with that person. Where do they reside? Where do they spend the most of their time? All right. Legal custody can be joint, where both parents share the rights and responsibility to make important decisions about health, education, and welfare of the children. Or sole, where only one parent has the right and responsibility to make the important decisions about health, education, and welfare of the children. Parents with legal custody make decisions or choices about these main topics, including the school and child care of the children, religious activities or institutions. And of course, that's going to play a role because I think Kanye had a problem with the school that the children were attending. At this point, since it does not appear that they have a agreement in writing of what the custody is, they both technically have a say. They both technically have 50-50 custody right now, okay? They have to go to a judge to determine who will be the one with a primary custody or sole custody or whatever they may decide. So right now, he's saying that he should have had a say in what school North and the other kids were going to, and he said that he did not have a say in that, and he doesn't want his kids to go there. He can bring that to court for that reason. The religious activities and institutions. Remember, what was that, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where he was upset because his kids were not able to come to his church, his Sunday service? That could play an issue in this. Psychiatric, psychological, and other mental health counseling and therapy needs. This may play a role in their divorce because their parents are very public figures. They're going through a divorce and their dad is posting all of their business on the internet. We have doctor, dentist, orthodontist, or other health professionals, which is normal. Your kids got to go to the doctor and get their teeth checked out. Sports, summer camp, vacation, or extracurricular activities. Travel, another issue that they have already dealt with because Kanye West wanted them to fly somewhere and Kim Kardashian did not put North on the plane, and that was an issue there. In the residence, so where the kids will live most of the time. Again, an issue, hence why Kanye West moved across the street so he can try to get more time with his kids. Kanye West has also expressed that he feels like when he's visiting with his children, he's just kind of borrowing them. He put it in a song, but still he expressed that he feels like he's borrowing them and not really feeling like it's parenting time, which typically happens in divorces. One parent is going to feel like, okay, well, I'm not really parenting my kids. I don't have custody of them because it's more like visitation because I only see them 2 days out of the week, or mom has more of the authority to make decisions, or however it may come. It tends to be that way when you're splitting custody. So the best way to go about it, and I know it's hard, is to stay with the person that you had kids with, because going through court, I'm telling you guys, it is not fun. I watch this on a daily basis. People fight about their kids, and even when they have 50-50 custody, it is still a big issue. They're just kind of nitpicking about everything. So definitely think about that when having the kids and picking your spouse, honestly. Okay, let's pop over to the comments. Unsupervised custody is the right way. Yes, I think that he can be entitled to unsupervised custody, but I also think that he needs to stop posting everything on the internet and potentially doing things that can constitute harassing to Kim and Pete Davidson. We have the Practical Life says, right, them my peoples, I agree. For the unsupervised custody, yes, okay. I mean, he is their dad, but also he is not moving in the right way. I agree with that. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. My opinion is that this may get in the way of him thinking through this clearly. Yes, I think that's what's going on. And really why I want to bring up the restraining order issue is because they can order him to get mental health. They get mental help. They can also order him to do anger management classes or conduct classes, or if they suspect that he is doing substance abuse, they can order him to take AA classes or 12-step programs. So in my opinion, if he's having a hard time with this divorce, if he's not already in counseling or therapy to deal with it, he should get in it ASAP to help prevent him from getting the restraining order, or to show the court that he is being active in trying to control his mental state. All right, we have them. My people says facts 100. We have the PR lady. Hey, Boss Bri. Hey, PR lady. Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad to see you here. And then we have Z Setzler that saw me on Natalie. Hi, welcome, Natalie Chicklet. I had a stream with her yesterday, so I'm happy to see that you popped on over to see what I have going on my side of YouTube. All right, so back to the things about what is this, custody. All right, so we already talked about joint custodies. Let me just finish up this here. Parents who share legal custody both have the right to make decisions about the aspect of their children's life, but they do not have to agree on every decision. One of the issues that Kanye West is having is that he wants to basically, what he wants is to have the final authority. Kim wants the kids to go to this school, but Kanye West does not want them to go to this school. And since Kanye West does not agree, he wants to be the one to make the final decision instead of accepting that they're not always going to agree on everything. We're humans, right? Either parent can make a decision alone, but to avoid having problems, look like Kim Kardashian made a decision on her own, but to avoid having problems and ending up back in court, which seems like it may be a fun place for them to come back to court because they're having so many issues. Both parents should communicate with each other and cooperating and making decisions together. I definitely agree with that, but I do know it can be hard, especially when you're going through a divorce, because the relationship is still very, very fresh, and sometimes parents cannot think clearly. And of course, they're going to think that they're the better parent, especially in such a public case. They have to prove they're the better parent. All right. We have physical custody can be joint, which means that the children live with both parents. Sole or primary, which means that the children live with one parent most of the time and usually visit with the other parent. This is what I anticipate happening in this case, just because they're not able to agree now, and they both are wanting to show everybody that they're the better parent. Joint physical custody does not mean that the children must spend exactly half the time with each parent. Okay, guys, this is important. Usually the children spend a little more time with one parent than the other because it is too hard to split the time exactly in half. When one parent has the children more than half the time, the parent is sometimes called the primary custodial parent. And so this is kind of what Kanye West was getting at the other day. He simply said that, or a few weeks ago, he said that it's always going to lean in favor of the mother. I can contest that that is not true. It's more common to lean more towards the mother because the mother is usually the primary caregiver. However, if the dad is showing more that he can care for the children better, then the more time will lead towards the dad. In this case, the kids are already with Kim most of the time. So a court is not going to disrupt what they call the status quo of the children, even if both the parents are bad. I had a case where both the parents were bad. It was domestic violence everywhere, and they were living with the mother, and the court just said, okay, we'll keep them with the mother because they're already there. So that's where Kanye is going to run into an issue here, that they're probably going to keep the status quo for where the kids already are. And even with the 50-50 custody, even though he lives across the street, maybe his kids don't want to go to his house all the time, or maybe they don't want to go to Kim Kardashian's house all the time. As they get older, the kids will have more say in where they go. Okay, so let me just pop on over because I see a couple comments coming in. So let's take care of those. We have Holy Hand Grenades. Welcome to the stream. Kim has the benefit of living in SoCal. They give the kids to legit crack whore moms here all the time. Kanye effed up by sticking it to her. Kids most likely ain't even his. She's a proven thought. I thought about that when looking at the pictures of the kids, but this is all speculation. But they did, for two of the kids, they conceived them via what is it called? They made the kids and then they did insemination into someone else. Someone else was the surrogate, carried their kids. So I'm sure they used Kanye's DNA to make the kids, his sperm to make the kids, especially for those ones. The other two could be I can't remember if they did in vitro for the second kid, but I know they did some for all the kids. But we don't know. We're just gonna assume that they're his kids because the majority of them were born during the marriage. And in California, if a child is born during the marriage, it is presumed to be the father's. And if it's not the father's, then it's up to the father or the husband to prove that he's not the father. So in California, we automatically assume the husband is the dad. All right, we have holy hand grenades. Kanye is such a tard that I bet he found out the kids weren't his and still said he'd be the dad. I don't know him on a personal level, but you got some opinions about them. Okay, Z Selfless said, I think the best joint custody is best when it's 1 week with each parent. I've seen this work. I have seen this work as well. Especially I think in Kanye and Kim's situation, since they live across the street from each other for now. Kanye West kind of has a benefit of that. Usually when the parents live a little further away, the court is less inclined to give 50-50 custody. But since they do live near each other, they can go walk, pick up the kids and take them to their house, right? So 1 week on, 1 week off does tend to work good, especially as the kids get older. All right, the PR lady says this is a classic case of not properly vetting a partner before marriage and or thinking you have the power to change folks, not when people show you who they are. Please believe them. I think that's very important. I think Kanye West tried to call Kim Kardashian out by saying he deleted the second video with Ray J. I believe this, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is Kim Kardashian's third marriage. So she might not be that good in marriage. And this marriage only lasted 6 years. However, she got pregnant with North before they even actually got married. So it looks like a trap, but who knows? It could be. I think a lot of celebrities, in my opinion, I think a lot of celebrities have contract marriages. And this could be one of those situations, but we don't know. They have their prenup to kind of separate everything out. All right, PR lady, prenups are mandatory. Yeah, in California, especially with celebrities, it should be mandatory, but some people they trust their partners, but with celebrities, they tend to have their prenup. We have, look at, especially if there's major assets. Yep, they both have big businesses that are gonna cost that probably cost a lot, the trust and all of those things. WTF, it is objectively true. There are massive datas on this. TF. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Okay, I was thinking about this. Does anyone think he is more of a traditional type of guy when it comes to family? And he married a woman who may not think the same way. I think, and this is solely my opinion, I think that Kim Kardashian is about business and opportunity. And I think with celebrities, it's kind of hard to kind of tell if they are truly a family person or if it's just kind of for the media, because they make money with everything they do. Did they have the kids just to make money, or are they truly like, okay, these are my kids, I want to raise them, I want to be involved in their life? Or is this if I post with North, then we'll make $2 million, but if I post by myself, I only make $1 million. And that's just a thinking when it comes to celebrity relationships and their children. So yes, thank you for all the chats, guys. These are good. Facts. We have, this may be why he feels he should make the decisions for the kids. Just a thought. As far as their relationship goes, like she might not really be that invested in it. Maybe. Kim comes from a more traditional background, Ye from a single parent household. Kim Kardashian comes from a traditional background that was already famous, and so they already made their life in being in the spotlight versus Kanye, who became famous in his life. Not his parents were already famous. So It doesn't mean that she won't care for her kids or anything like that, but she might have more of an incentive to keep the money rolling in the family and to keep the fame in the family. Kim's fam has always been in drama. Yes, there is nothing traditional about her upbringing. Okay, they all live together. I think that's a little traditional. Okay, agreed. You guys are having a whole conversation here. Okay, her Ray J video was due to her traditional upbringing. People are not here for Kim Kardashian. Okay, I was referring to you saying it's not true. The moms are prioritized and given special treatment. Or I can't remember which one that was. It is objectively true. There are more. I do think that more moms have it, but it is a potential. What I was trying to say is that there is a potential that a dad can be the primary caregiver. I've had cases like that. I've seen cases like that. It really just depends on, like you said earlier, if the mom is a crack whore, at least in my court, a lot of times they will not give the kids to her if the dad is not a crack whore himself. But if the dad is doing something positive, they will give the kids to the dad. So it does tend to lean towards the mom, and I think that's more just tradition. But as the time goes on and as we get more modern, it may start to change, because we know that dads can be a primary caregiver, caretaker as well. So yes, we have a billionaire's divorce. Yup. Money being split both ways. Okay, it seems like Ye's mom tried to ground him, though. It's ingrained in him. For the most part, I think he wants to be a good, normal dad, but at the same time, he has all of the celebrity stuff behind him, which could really hurt him. Not hurt him, but can really affect what he has going on. I hear you. So you don't live in Cali? Yes, I do live in Cali. I am in Northern California, though. So our judges may be a little bit different than family law. We don't have a lot of people out here on the streets. Well, I mean, we might, but I haven't had any cases of people out here on the streets selling themselves. And I've also seen a lot of dads have custody of their kids. Right now, we're on Zoom, and so we get to listen into all types of cases. And I see a lot of dads that maybe not as many moms that have custody, but there are a good number of dads that actually have the primary custody in my area. Maybe in Southern California, it might be a little different. All right. So let's pop back over and finish up the laws on custody. We have we're not going to talk about visitation orders because they're not there yet. Let's talk about reasonable. Oh, let's see. Yep, let's talk about reasonable visitation, and we'll talk about supervised visitation, and then no visitation. So reasonable visitation orders does not necessarily have details as to when the children will be with each parent. Usually these orders are open-ended and allow the parents to work it out between them. This type of visitation plan can work if parents get along very well and can be flexible and communicate well with one another. This seems like this is what they initially thought they could do, but it's not working out. But if there are ever disagreements or misunderstandings, this kind of open schedule can cause issues between the parents, and children may suffer as a result, which appears to be what is happening in this case right now. Supervised visitation. This is used when children's safety and well-being require visits with the other parent to be supervised by you, another adult, or a professional agency. Supervised visitation sometimes also used in cases where a child and a parent need time to become more familiar with each other. Like if the parent has not seen the child in a long time and they need to slowly get to know each other. That last part doesn't seem to apply. It seems like Kanye West is pretty active in his children's life. But let me pop back over. If Kim Kardashian seeks a restraining order and is able to get a restraining order against Kanye West, a court may require supervised visitation. And this is why I kind of want to focus on the activity that he has been putting on the internet, that he needs to stop it or he's going to run the risk of getting supervised visitation. I also have clients who are under supervised visitation. It is not fun sitting in someone's daycare facility and having someone look at you as you play with your children and take notes as you play with your children. You do not want to have to rely on your mom to babysit you, babysitting your children as well. So Kanye West needs to talk to his attorneys and get this down packed. If he wants to be able to have unsupervised parenting time with his children, he needs to pull all of this stuff offline and start to try to work out a plan through their attorneys and stop contacting Kim Kardashian directly, in my opinion. All right. So let's see. We have a couple comments. NorCal has some balanced places where here in SoCal, where Kim and Kanye live, it's near impossible for dads to get custody. Yeah, that sucks. That definitely does. And I think it's important for them to start doing more joint custody rather than like sole custody, especially when both parents are involved. So hopefully Southern Cal will change that around. We have right. Sounds horrible. Yikes. Yes, this is a mess right here. Dads need to step up. In this case, I think he has not been a full-time dad up until this point in the first place. I can agree with that because wasn't he living like in Wisconsin or somewhere last year? And it's very, for me, and it could be because I'm not a celebrity, it's very hard for me to imagine a celebrity parent being so hands-on with their children and that it's not for the optics and the cameras. Just my opinion. He may be a great dad, but moving to another state, I think they said it might have been for his mental health. That would be good. But I just can't see them being that involved in what their kids are doing, honestly. Holy Hand Grenade says Kanye just needs to say F it, be there for his kids when he can, and then when they grow up, they will see for themselves what went down. I think a lot of people take that approach. Their parents are public figures after all. Yes. Well, maybe that's why Kanye West is putting it on the internet, because even though he's deleting it, people are writing blogs, people are doing videos, people are documenting this no matter if he is the one deleting it. So a lot of people try to take that approach, but that approach can be very dangerous for kids because even though your dad tells you, oh, I tried, since it's public, they will be able to see it. But when it's not a public situation, they might just think that the dad is lying, saying, oh, I tried, and your mom stopped me. They might already have resentment towards the father unless they can see those things that their mother, or that they can understand that their mother did keep the father away, or vice versa, the father kept the mother away. All right. It says also tours and stuff. Yes. I feel like they're very busy. Kim doesn't do anything but TikTok. She gets on TikTok with North for sure. What about the other kids? All right. So let's pop back over to the laws, or not the laws, but the breakdown of the custody in California. No visitation. This option is used when visiting parent, or this option is used when visiting with the parent, even with supervision, would be physically or emotionally harmful for the children. In these cases, it is not in the best interest of the children for the parent to have any contact with the children. I do not think that this is on the table for this case, but if he keeps on, he can get there. I think that supervised visitation is on the table for this case. We are hoping for unsupervised visitation, but I do think that majority of the custody is going to go to Kim Kardashian until Kanye West can kind of control himself in the public light. So let's see. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think what Kanye West has been doing may lead to him needing supervised visitation, unsupervised visitation with more time going to Kim Kardashian, or no visitation at all? Let me know what you guys think. All right. We have the kids are eventually going to see Ray J vids. It's always the little ones that have to deal with the worst. Yes. Yeah. I don't want to comment on that because I feel like that can happen in a lot of industries. Like Kim Kardashian, that tape coming out was more on the newer side. Of course, there were other celebrities with those type of scandals, but that was early 2000s. Now we are talking about us regular people, or just regular people. Now, I'm not going to say us because I'm not doing it, but there's also regular people on the internet doing sex work, OnlyFans, on TikTok potentially, on porn sites potentially out there, and their kids are also going to have to see that. So it may be fun to make the quick buck right now, like Kim Kardashian. It was fun to make the quick buck for her. the thing about her is she kept making the buck, so maybe her kids were overlooking. But I think we need to be thinking about this for regular people as well, not just celebrities. What you put out there on the internet can become an issue for your kids in the future. Maybe they can split the kids 2 for 2. I don't think they would do that. They tend to like to keep the siblings together. But like I said, since they're across the street, maybe, but most likely no, they won't do that. They made a face. Okay, right. And now kids, well, the oldest see Pete in the picture now. Yes. I feel for the kids. This will definitely affect them mentally as they become older. And they already are out there. They already are subject to problems because their parents are celebrities and they're in the spotlight, and they're going to see these pictures of them when they were kids all over the internet. And then they're going to see their parents having a public divorce all over the internet. So yeah, I definitely hope they get into the right type of counseling to help them deal with the divorce. Okay, we have a few more comments. We have a not elbow call. I'm not sure if you were adding someone. Okay, I think he will get unsupervised in the beginning. Okay. Yeah, I think so too. See your point. Thank you. And then laughing face. Okay, perfect. So we went through that. Let's talk about the law regarding child custody in California and in most states anyways. When the parents cannot come to an agreement about who should have custody of the children, which seems like it's very plausible in this particular case, then the judge will decide what is in the best interest of the kids. Now, Kim Kardashian's assistants and whoever else is out there doing their internet scrubbing or their internet, whatever they do on the internet where they can make things disappear, I'm sure they have someone out there taking screenshots of all of Kanye West's posts. Kanye West, on the other hand, I think he should hire someone to do that. However, Kim is being very careful, in my opinion, about putting their information online and putting herself in a light that makes her look like the best interest for the kids. Kanye West needs to stop doing what he's doing. Like, we don't want to see him get his kids taken away. So let's pop over to what is considered when we're thinking about the best interest of the children. All right, so to decide what is best for the children, the court will consider the age of the child. All of the kids are under 10 years old, so that is going to be a big factor in having stability for the children. It is going to be more likely that the kids are going to stay with one parent over the other a little bit more time. However, in this case, like I said a million times, Kanye West moved across the street, so that is less likely. I think someone commented earlier, 1 week on, 1 week off. That could potentially work in this situation. We have the health of the child. I don't think any of them have any health issues that I'm aware of. The emotional ties between the parents and the child. This is where they're going to have to present evidence that the kids are more attached to Kim or more attached to Kanye West. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to be more attached to Kanye or more attached to Kim? I think Kim might have a little bit of an upper hand, being that one, she's a mother, and two, that Kanye West left for that year, and he's probably on tour a lot. Same thing with Kim. She could possibly be gone a lot too when the kids are with the nanny. So he can use the nanny thing to show that the kids have more emotional ties with him. All right, the ability of the parents to care for the child. They're both rich. So either one of them can technically care for the child. Kim Kardashian has a good, well, I don't know if it's a good, but she has a support system that even if she can't care for the kids, she has the nannies. And I'm pretty sure the grandparent is very active in the kid's life as well. Kanye may be a little lacking in that area. Not to say that will stop him from being able to get custody. Any history of family violence or substance abuse. This is where I'm going to kind of touch on the domestic violence thing. Even though Kim Kardashian has not filed a restraining order against Kanye West, it could potentially, she can potentially use all of these things to show harassment, which is included in domestic violence. It doesn't have to be like physical attacks or anything like that in order to be considered violence under the family law. Okay, the child's ties to school, home, and his or her community. Again, they live across the street from each other, so they're in the same community. That should not really be a big issue for them. All right, so let's see what the people's got to say. We have some laughing faces. We have, but North can just walk across the street if she wants to see her dad. What happens if it's not his week? This is crazy. Yes, they can. And you can always make exceptions or changes to the schedule. You just kind of have to agree to it. And that's why not why they have it, but they do have that situation where it's kind of, what is it called? Reasonable parenting time or something like that, where they can kind of choose how the schedule is going to go. If it's a week on, week off, and your kids are walking across the street, once they get older, it's really nothing you can do about that. As long as like Kanye West is not keeping the kids hostage for 1 month, it wouldn't make sense for them to file the case. Or if they go visit their dad during the week, they can still come home and live with the mom. So it doesn't necessarily mean like during that week you can't see your kids. It just means like that you're the primary home for that week. So they can still go see Kanye. They can stay one night with him. If the kids are choosing to do that, that wouldn't be a valid reason for one of them to bring it to court to say he's violating the custody order. If the kids are the ones making that decisions, and when they get older, they'll be more able to make those decisions for themselves. Kim has the family standing strong behind her. Of course she does. Kanye is solo. I agree with that. Yeah, walking across the street is a different level. Yes, it is. All right. So, courts do not let's go back to it. And then we're going to go into what constitutes domestic violence and what Kanye West is doing, how it could potentially be seen as domestic violence. All right. Let me just finish this little section here. Courts do not automatically give custody to the mother or the father, no matter what the age or sex of your children. Courts cannot deny your right to custody or visitation just because you were never married to the other parent or because you or the other parent has a physical disability or a different lifestyle, religious belief, or sexual orientation. In addition, the custody orders, the judge will probably also make child support orders, which Kanye West is asking for child support for whatever reason he thinks is legitimate. Keep in mind that the child support is separate from child custody and visitation. So you can refuse to let you cannot refuse to let the other parent see the children just because he or she is not making child support payments that the court ordered. And you cannot refuse to pay child support just because the other parent is not letting you see your children. But child support and custody are related because the amount of time each parent spends with the children will affect the amount of child support. And this is where it typically becomes an issue when a parent that is not as involved in the child's life all of a sudden wants custody because they want to reduce the amount that they have to pay in child support. I honestly don't think either one of them should be asking for child support. They're famous, they're celebrities, they can make money. But usually when it's a situation where we're not rich, sometimes inactive parents will ask for joint custody so that they can reduce the amount of child support they pay. A lot of people think that if you have 50-50 custody, that you don't have to pay any child support at all. And that's not true. If you still make more than the other person, you can potentially be paying child support. So keep that in mind. And that's for California. I think that works for a lot of states as well, but I'm not, versed on the other states if you don't have to pay child support at 50-50. Okay. Sometimes if given custody to either parent will harm the children, courts give custody to someone other than the parents because it is in the best interest of the children. I don't think we have that here. Usually it's called guardianship, where someone who other than the parent takes care of the kid. Okay, so that is about it over there. So we're going to remove this guy from the stream, and then we're going to pop on over to... We want to pop over to this one, I think. Yep, this one. All right, so I'm going to pop back to the full screen to see what you guys have to say. We have billionaire child support. Wow. Yeah, I think it's like unreasonable. If you guys both have money, unless one of them's broke and they're pretending to still be rich, I don't know. But when you both have money, it's not really beneficial for you guys to just be like exchanging money of child support. And if you guys are making this same amount of money, it's probably not going to be much child support anyway. So it doesn't really make sense. And if you live in the same neighborhood, you probably have enough money to take care of your kids. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about domestic violence in the context of this case. Like I said, Kim Kardashian has not filed a restraining order against Kanye West, and she has not claimed domestic violence as of yet. However, as a divorce attorney, as a custody attorney, I can see some of the things Kanye West is doing to be considered as domestic violence. So she could potentially bring a restraining order against him or allege that he has abused her, but she does not want to seek the restraining order. So let's look at the definition of domestic violence in the context of California. Let me bring this up a little bigger. Okay, that's big enough, right, guys? All right. So domestic violence is abuse perpetrated against any of the following people. We're going to stop at the spouse or a former spouse because that is who they are. And it can extend to someone who is connected to that person. So potentially Pete Davidson for being the boyfriend of Kim Kardashian. And then we have, for the purpose of this act, abuse means any of the following: to intentionally or recklessly cause or attempt to cause bodily injury. We don't have any physical abuse alleged yet or at all. Abuse can be sexual assault. Abuse can be to place a person in reasonable apprehension or of imminent serious bodily injury to that person. So the person is putting you in fear that you're going to attack them. For instance, Kanye West making a video burying Pete Davidson, and I think he also said something about harming him as well. So that could be a potential grounds for abuse. To engage in any behavior that has been or could be enjoined under 6320. It's just a statute number we're going to look at in a second. Abuse is not limited to actual infliction of physical injury or assault. So that's why I'm bringing it up, because I think that Kanye West can technically be liable for abuse under California family law due to the things that he is putting on the internet. Instagram has already banned him for harassing content, so I don't think it will be very hard for a court to also find that what he is doing is harassing. All right, so this is, they may issue a ex parte order enjoining a party from molesting, attacking, striking, stalking, threatening, sexually assaulting, battering, credibly impersonating as described in the Penal Code. All right, so you can get one for all of that stuff. On a showing a good cause, the court may include in a protective order a grant to the petitioner of the exclusive care, possession, or control of any animal owned, possessed, leased, or kept, or held by the petitioner or the respondent, or a minor child residing in the residence. Give the right to care for the pets, okay? The court may order a respondent to stay away from the animal. We don't want to talk about the animal right now. All right. Yeah, we're not talking about the animal. Okay. So on top of the physical abuse and potential SA or anything like that, domestic violence abuse also includes things that would be considered disturbing the peace, which I think is where Kanye West is falling under. So let's take a look at what disturbing the peace actually is. Disturbing the peace of the other party refers to conduct that, based on the totality of the circumstances, destroys the mental or emotional calm of the other party. This conduct may be committed directly or indirectly. Remember, he's doing it all over the internet, including through the use of a third party or by any method or through any means, including but not limited to telephone, ding, 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 online accounts, ding, 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 text messages, ding, 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 or other internet connected devices or other electronic technologies. This conduct includes, but is not limited to, coercive control, which is a pattern of behavior that in purpose or effect unreasonably interferes with a person's free will or personal liberty. Examples include coercive control, but not limited to unreasonably engaging in any of the following. Isolating the other party, that's not an issue here. Depriving others of the basic needs, that's not an issue here. They're not living together, so any of these are not really going to be an issue here. Yeah. So I think that what Kanye West is doing can potentially fall under disturbing the peace. Why? Because he's making all these posts accusing Kim of being a bad mother, accusing her of not consulting with him, threatening her boyfriend, putting her boyfriend's mental illness issues out there to the public. That can be considered harassing or disturbing her emotional peace. And it can also be considered a reasonable apprehension of someone assaulting you if Kanye West were to come to her house and kind of get in Pete Davidson's face or get in Kim's face or anyone else's face. So there we have it for what is disturbing the peace. And I think that his conduct online is potentially considered disturbing the peace. And we have Alpha. Is it a possibility they both trying to get the other to react in their favor? Kim pretending to date Pete, who Kanye feels is less, or Kanye posting things to get a reaction and shade a bad light of her? I honestly think that they're doing it in order. I think Kim Kardashian is doing her thing to show that she is the better parent. Her dating Pete Davidson is not going to negate her fact of being a better parent or being able to take care of her parent, to take care of her kids. To annoy Kanye, maybe, but she does seem to be pretty enticed with him. I know it came out a little bit ago that it might have been in reaction or to a distraction for the Astro World thing, but her being with Pete is not going to affect the custody. It could annoy Kanye, which it looks like it is annoying Kanye. So potentially she's doing it to get under his skin, but I think she started kind of talking to him before they really even filed or, separated fully. She got to know him before they fully separated, or they met before they fully separated. So I don't know if she's doing it to get under Kanye's skin or if she's just ready to move on in her relationship. As far as Kanye posting, he is trying to get the public's attention to, in my opinion, get the public's attention to kind of jump on Kim so that she will let him see his kids. And then he will probably show it to the court that, see, I asked to see my kids in text messages. She didn't listen. Oh, and then I also put it on social media. She's still not listening. Look at me trying to be an active father. So I think that may be what he's doing there. Okay. He should get custody just based on her choice of Pete Davidson. Maybe. But they usually wouldn't consider something like that unless Pete Davidson is doing something bad to the kids. All right. I think he moved across the street not just to be close to the kids, but also to watch and harass Kim. A lot of people think that. I wouldn't be too surprised either. That's how he know Pete Davidson's always over there. And now Pete Davidson is sending text messages to let him know that he is over there. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he did that to keep an eye on Kim, or if for some reason Kim decided to take him back, he could just, get a little wagon and move his stuff all back to the house. So once a thought, always a thought. Okay. We are not in favor of Kim Kardashian on the screen. However, she is presenting herself in the way to potentially get either sole custody or primary custody of the kids. Let me know what you guys think after reading all of that. Do you think that Kanye West should continue to put all this stuff on the interweb to try to expose Kim? Or do you think he should kind of calm down so he can better his chances at getting custody? With divorces, probably in all states, they say the biggest thing that couples argue over are the children, not the finances. Some people might have more issues with like distributing houses and things, but especially in this case, the house is not an issue. The finances are not an issue because they have a prenup. On top of that, there was another point I was going to make, and I can't remember what it is. Oh, they're already actually divorced. They are legally single. So that's not an issue. It can't be an issue of, oh, well, I don't want to get a divorce. So finances are not an issue. Getting the divorce is not the issue. But what's going to be the issue are those 4 children. So that's typical in many divorces. People want to stick it to the other person and say, give me my kids. A lot of you will be surprised, or maybe you won't be surprised about the amount of people that say, my kids, my kids, my kids, when I'm talking to them on the phone. I'm like, it's your kids, unless you want to tell me something that you're not the father or she's not the mother, but it's your kids together. You can't just say my kids. So it looks like they're on a little fight talking about my kids, my kids, my kids. Okay. We have Holy Hand Grenade says she doesn't have to do much. SoCal, end of point. He has no chance. So you think Kim is going to win? Them's my people says just the other day he was in the house helping West with her homework. You might mean North, because the West is their last name. So yeah, he does help them with their homework. There's been multiple reports of him helping with homework. So he is trying to be an active father. I do hope that he gets custody, joint custody, but I do not think that he should have sole custody until he gets help, until he deals with this divorce. We don't want him taking his frustration out on the kids. I think that he could potentially be a good father. I don't know him personally, but I think that if he got help and he started investing in his mental health, if he's not already, then I don't see a reason why it shouldn't be 50-50 custody. But if he's going to keep making all these posts and getting canceled from the Grammys and attacking other celebrities and getting mad at other celebrities and getting mad at Kim online in the public, then I don't think it's going to look good for him. All right, we have Holy Hand Grenades. Kanye is a tar. You should keep calling him a tar. I don't know why. And so is Kim. I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for the kids as well, because my opinion only, I think that Kim is probably treating the kids as a cash cow, to kind of promote and make her brand bigger. But I think Kanye West might actually want to be a father. He just needs to deal with his issues. Exactly 100, my kids. Yeah, people say that when there's a divorce going on. Yeah, she's gonna win the custody battle. I think so too. I think she's going to end up with sole custody or primary custody, but I do think that he will get visitation, and we're hoping that it says unsupervised because we want fathers to be active in their kids' lives, but we also have to do the work to be able to be active in those kids' lives. And so if you have an anger management issue or you have an emotional issue, then you need to seek the therapy so that you don't end up damaging these kids that are likely already going to be damaged because they're in the spotlight already. Both of their parents are celebrities, not just one. Both of their parents are celebrities, and they are celebrities. Those kids make more money than a lot of us do. So they're definitely going to want to make sure, Kim and Kanye needs to make sure that they are the best versions of themselves in order to make sure their kids can be the best versions of themselves. But I do think Kim is on the verge of getting primary custody, if not sole custody. So that is all I have for today. Oh, I see someone with a comment, so we'll address this real quick. All right, Holy Hand Grenades, thank you for all the comments, guys. I definitely appreciate the interaction. I definitely loved it. Okay, let's cut the crap. Kanye is hated in Hollywood circles because he speaks his mind and it's counter to the cult. Kim is on video hitting her sister because she can't control her emotions. I don't know about the video of Kim. I don't think I'm familiar with that, but Kanye does speak out a lot. And it might be a way for him to do it a little better. I just don't think he should be putting the divorce information on the internet. I think it's going to look bad for him in front of the court when deciding custody. So whether he speaks out against the cult or whatever, the judge, unless the judge is a part of the cult, I don't know. I'm not in LA family court, but I don't think they're going to care about him speaking out. It's more of the things that he's saying to Kim. That's the issue. Way more concerned about the kids' safety around Kim. You think so? If they have nannies, I don't know. Safety potentially in the type of ads she might put them in. Maybe, yeah, she might not have the best judgment of how she wants her kids to make money, for sure. But I hope she wouldn't put them in harm's way, physically or emotionally. That's the Kardashian way. If don't make dollars, don't make sense. I can agree with that. Look it up and watch it then. I will check out the video of Kim Kardashian hitting her sister. Like I said, I don't keep up with the Kardashians like that. They still scratch whatever, cheat their way to the top. But I do think that this case is very important because there are a lot of Black men watching this situation thinking that, oh, Kanye is not going to get his kids because the world hates Black men. But at the same time, we also need to conduct ourselves to where we should be the ones getting the kids, right? So, like I said, I hope the person that was mad at me at the beginning of the stream actually watched the stream to see what I was talking about. But either way, I do think that Kanye West should get some custody in this situation, and that if he continues to do a little better in his mental state and with his posting, the things that he posts, I don't think it should be a problem with him having parenting time or joint custody, because those are two different things, right? We have, you think Kanye can afford nannies or something? How is it a point for Kim to have nannies? The thing about the nannies is that Kanye West said that he should have custody because Kim does not watch her kids. They spend more time with the nanny. So I'm saying, does Kanye not have nannies, and does he care for them without any nannies? I highly doubt that. So I'm not saying it's bad that Kim has nannies, but Kanye is saying it's bad that Kim has nannies. All right. Got just saying, and this is gonna be my last one, guys, because I'm about to log out of here. Just checking in late. Chaz, Chantel, and Bri are all cooking tonight. Oh, okay. Keep the quality content coming, lady. Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping by the beautiful lie. Always appreciate you dropping in the chat. All right, guys. So that is the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it down in the comment section. I'm going to try to include a little bit more diversity in my content. I know I've been covering mostly trademark, copyright, and things like that, but this topic seemed to be very favorable for you guys. So let me know if there's any other stories that you would like for me to cover. And if I missed anything, feel free to drop a comment at the end. I have one more comment I'm going to take. And it says Kim should not be punished for being a working mom and needing help. I don't think so either. I think they're both going to have nannies, honestly. But I do think she should still care for her kids and not solely rely on nannies. I know she's busy, but still be involved in your kids' life, especially if you're trying to take them away from their father. And if she succeeds in taking them away from their father. We have cheers. Thanks. Thank you for watching, guys. I will catch you next Tuesday on the actually I will be out of the country next week, so I may not get to live stream. So I will check back in with you guys when I come back from vacation, but I'll still have some other videos going up. So thank you so much for watching the live stream. You guys enjoy your evening or your morning or wherever you're from or wherever you're at. All right, see you later.